We need to kick up. There we go. All right. Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you guys had a good week. And it is Friday. It's amazing how fast this freaking time is flying by. I'll tell you what. It's just like, whew. All right. So we're going to get into the topic here momentarily. But before we do that, I do want to remind everybody that this is a family friendly oriented channel. And I would ask you all to be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. Please be decent. And if you cannot abide by those easy, simple rules, those awesome people that you see lit up in blue will definitely boot you out of here because we're just not going to tolerate any nonsense. Now, this is interesting. So, we are almost a full minute into the chat, and it's just starting to go up now. It was like 50, it said 58 people, which I'm like, it don't seem right. Did YouTube not like the title of this stream and did not put out notifications to people? I wonder. So, isn't that interesting? Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I know it's Friday and I know it's Halloween weekend, so I'm sure a lot of people are busy doing other things, and I totally get it. The weather is atrocious. Up here it is anyway. So today we were like, okay, they said it's going to start raining by this afternoon. And boy, it sure did. And it's been raining since probably 4 o'clock this afternoon, right in that area. Hey, Rob, welcome. Raleigh, North Carolina. I lived in Chapel Hill, and I worked in Durham at the Olive Garden in Durham. This is many, many, many years ago. I was a waiter at the Olive Garden. I worked part time as a waiter, and I worked. So now you'll know where I'm talking about, Rob, when I talk about this. Butner, North Carolina, is where they had the psychiatric hospital. So I worked full time at the psychiatric hospital. Ed, I'm expecting you to entertain me while sitting here writing. Okay, cool. There you go, man. I can. Hopefully, I will do that. Hopefully, I will do this. So, Bizrizajiz is in the house. He is 2 days away. Just for all of you that don't know, he is 2 days away from the Carrington Chronicles continuing. He will be starting that again. So, if you are not subscribed to his channel, he has. This is his second series that he has done. His first series was very, very good. That is up there for people to see and listen to. And he had started his second series of Carrington Chronicles, and he has taken an extended leave because he was selfish and wanted to live life. I mean, how horrible is that? JJ just shot the link up there for him. So go over there, folks, and show him some support. And his new series, or well, continuation of his series will be happening in 2 days. So, but anyway, so um, I just giving him a hard time. He's a good dude, good dude. So, anyways, oh, you're hoping to have it up. Well, come on now. You've been telling everybody. You've been telling them. All right. So like I said, I just want everybody to be decent. If you can't be decent in the chat, those awesome people, like I said, that are lit up in blue, will send you to the door because we're not going to tolerate any unpleasantries in here. We want to have a decent chat, and we always seem to, which is great. And my moderators are absolutely fantastic. So I'm very, very fortunate to have them, really in here making sure that things are decent. So, all right. Now, this is going to be a shock for some of you. This will be a shock. We're 4 minutes in, and I'm going to actually get on topic. Scary, huh? What a thought. So, the title of the video, we took an oath that has no expiration, all right, which it doesn't. Uh, Before I start, I want to show you guys something. Okay, give me 1 second. So, anyway, and we are watching and we are waiting. So, give me 1 second. I want to show you something really quick first, and then we're going to continue on with this. Okay, so I got a package in the mail the other day, and I thought this was going to be appropriate to show this as well, with this, because it's all themed into this as well. Okay, so the name of the lady that sent this is Lynn. I'm not going to say her last name, and she sent me this, and she sent a really nice letter. This belonged to somebody that she cared about, and that person passed away. And she said she could not see any other person wearing it except for me. And I extremely humbled by that compliment. So I am going to show you this. It's a sweatshirt, and okay, it says veteran on the front. And I'm going to read the back to you first, and then I'm going to show you the back. I once took a solemn oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Be advised that no one has ever relieved me of my duties under this oath. So I'm going to show you the back of that. And that's what it says on the back of that. So I wanted to read it to you first. But I want to thank her for sending this. That is awesome. And I absolutely will utilize that this year. I believe we're in for a very cold winter. So I want to thank her so much for sending that. I thought that was very, very awesome. And I will wear that with respect and honor. I will tell you that right now, because I think that that was a very awesome thing. Thank you also for the things that you sent for Heather as well. That was very, very nice of you. All right. Okay. Oh, she's right there. Thank you very much, hon. I appreciate it. Very, very thoughtful. Very, very thoughtful. Okay. So on that theme, we took an oath. All right. And we're going to do a little background for people that don't know. The draft was abolished. You still had to register for the draft, but the draft was abolished um, in the 1970s. All right. And so it became an all volunteer army after that. Now, after the Vietnam War was over, there was a lot of veterans that were absolutely disgruntled. They were not treated well by our country, by our government, or any of those type of things. Since that time, we've just gotten over a 20-year war in Afghanistan. And before that had started, we were in Iraq, which I believe we're still in Iraq. We still have some troops in Iraq. Well, I know we have some troops in Iraq. I don't think, I know we do. Since that time, we have an all volunteer army: Navy, Marines, Air Force, Coast Guard, all volunteer. Okay. And now they got the Space Force, so I can't leave them out either. The people that volunteer to serve their country, we have a different mindset. We always did have a different mindset, because we thought it was important to defend the country that we love, and do the things that we needed to do to protect the country that we love. Now, I know a lot of people have served, seen the different things that have happened, and they became very disillusioned with the, you know, the workings of the government and their motives and all those type of things. Okay, I mean, that's just being honest. When your own government classifies veterans as possible domestic terrorists, all right, to me that's an issue. To me that's insulting. I think it's a horrible, horrible thing to say to people that voluntarily, again, remember, voluntarily serve this great country to help defend us from whatever that may be. But again, that oath that all of us took when we went, like I had to go to Buffalo, New York, and so that was where we shipped out from. From my area of New York, because I lived in Rochester area at the time. We went to Buffalo. We spent the night in Buffalo. We processed in. We were sworn in the next day. And so once you were sworn in, you took that oath to defend this great country from all enemies, foreign and domestic. Now, again, that oath does not expire. It never does expire. And there's a lot of veterans out here that have seen a lot of crap, lived life. We've had our lives. We've done a lot of different things. Uh, there's a lot of us out here, and we're tired of a lot of this nonsense that's going on. a lot of us are sitting and waiting to see what is going to happen. I believe, and this is just I'm going to give you my now I'm going to give you my opinion. So I'm basically breaking down facts right up to this point. But when your own government says that you could possibly be a domestic terrorist, uh, like I said, what does that say? You know that they're a threat. There were different politicians that wanted to, and this is a fact. Different politicians that wanted to take gun rights away from veterans because they deemed them a threat, which again, I think is absolutely disgusting. The fact that we volunteered to go serve this country, and now all of a sudden, because we have decided that we're not happy with the way things are being run in this country, if you look back, let's look back in time for a moment. When we broke free from Great Britain, the straw that broke the camel's back, was the 3% increase or 3-cent increase on the tax on tea. It was a lot of things that led up to it, but that literally was the straw that broke the camel's back. Now, what my curiosity for me, what will be that straw that breaks the camel's back? What will be that tipping point where the government pushes way too much? Yeah, right. That's funny. I want to read this comment, guys. Hold on a second. Biz Rizza said, Ed, you're a vet, white, self sufficient, everything the left hates. And you're exactly right. You're exactly right. They can't stand that. They don't want people to be independent. They don't want people to be free. They don't want people to think for themselves. There's a lot of us out here that think for ourselves. Okay. And, you know, there's going to come a point where it's, and I don't know what that point's going to be. I can honestly tell you, I don't know what that point's going to be. Now, I am not, let me just be really clear on this. I am not advocating, okay, I'm not advocating violence in any way. I'm not telling people to rise up and try to take over the government. That is not what I'm saying. But from what I see, the way that a lot of veterans are treated, you have so many issues with suicides with veterans. 22 veterans a day commit suicide. That should never happen. They should be able to get the help that they need to be able to deal with whatever issues that they have. You have a lot of veterans end up on the streets because of mental health issues, drug and alcohol abuse, okay? But they turn to those drugs and alcohol as a crutch to deal with the different things that they've seen, the different things that they have done. Now, I will tell you this. I never saw combat when I was in. Okay. I missed Grenada by 6 weeks. And some of you may go, Grenada, what is he talking about? Go look it up. All right. Go look it up. I missed Grenada by 6 weeks. When I got to my permanent party, Grenada, they had just gotten back 6 weeks before. So we are the people, veterans, that see things, I think, more clearly than a lot of other people do, especially military combat vets. They've been through some crap, okay? And I can't begin to say what they've gone through. I can't say I know how you feel because I don't, okay? That I don't. I can't ever say I know how a combat veteran feels or thinks or any of those type of things because I wasn't there. I hadn't seen combat. At the time, I will tell you this, at the time, as a 19-year-old young man going into the service, you wanted it. You wanted combat. You come out of basic training and you are ready to rock and roll. You really, truly are. If they pointed you in a direction when you're fresh out of basic and they said, go that way and do this, that's what you're going to do because you are so, and reprogrammed is the right word. It really, truly is because what they do is they break you down and then they build you back up to what they want you to be. I have had people come up to me, didn't know me from nothing, didn't know who I was, never had met me before, and they go, "You're a vet, aren't you?" And I went, "Yeah, how'd you know?" And they go, "Just the way you carry yourself, your mannerisms, and everything like that." But you walk in a military manner, you talk in a military manner, you have that respect. And that's what a lot of veterans have. They have that in common. So we have that common ground. And, they make killers for a reason. At least they used to. Now it's all about crit and equity. I don't even know. I'm not sure what that was. But 7.5 year Reagan era armed veteran here, 8 year veteran National Guard. Okay, John, very cool, man. That's awesome. Glad to hear it. That is very, very awesome. But, when you're in the military, you'll fight with other branches because that's part of the game. But we all have a mutual respect for each other. Like I'm ex-army. Anybody that doesn't know that by now, I don't know. Oh, critical race theory. Yeah, well, that's ridiculous stuff. That's nonsense. Um, I'm ex-army, so I respect all my brothers and sisters out there, no matter what branch of the military they were in, and I think that it's amazing. And people have no idea. They have no idea. If you haven't been through basic training with a group of guys, and that's what it is. If you're, it's all guys. When I was sent out to Fort Leonard in Missouri, so from Buffalo we flew into St. Louis. From St. Louis we jumped on a bus. They bused us out to Fort Leonard. All right, and you don't see women. You don't. When I was in, I don't know what they do now. I have no idea what they do now. The only woman we saw during the 8 weeks of basic training was the supply chick that did, like when we were issued our different, if we were going to go out in the field or whatever, and they would give us our M16s, and you had to sign them out and all that type of stuff. That's who we would see. But other than that, you didn't see any women, none. Once you were into AIT, which is Advanced Individual Training, for those of you that don't know what that means, then you saw women at that point. But during basic, you were focused on your training, and I'm going to tell you what. At the end of the day, you were so tired when you hit your rack, you were out. I mean, I'll tell you what. As a kid, doing that, I slept like a freaking rock, like a rock. So, you know but anyway, what I want to get back to what I wanted to talk about. Hey, Mr. Rose, my boss is a military man. When short staff, I was like, we can't do this. And he said, come on, man, we still have a mission to complete. Exactly, exactly. It's always a mission. And it's funny, that what, thank you so much for the statement, Mr. Rose, and thank you so much for the donation. I do appreciate it. The funny thing is, once you've gone through that type of whole thing, and you're out of the service, and you've been, I mean, I've been out over 30 years, it never leaves you. It's always there. And I'm not going to say that attitude, but it's kind of like that attitude, the way you, like I said, the way you carry yourself, the way that you show respect, because that's a big part of it in the military, is about respect. I'm going to tell you what, it really made me grow up a lot at a time when I really needed to grow up a lot. I went in the military. I was a punk. I really was, and it really, to me, it was a great thing. All I ever wanted to be was a soldier. As a child, it's all I ever wanted to be. I never talked to the Navy, Marines, Air Force. I went right into the Army, went and signed up, and boom, that was it. When I was a senior in high school, probably in January of my senior year, is when I signed up. So I was already all set, ready to go do my thing, and like I said, it's a good experience. It teaches people how to grow up, which a lot of these kids really need, especially today. Oh my God. And I don't know how they deal with stuff now. Um, you know, I heard that it's basic is different now. They're not allowed to scream at them like they screamed at us. I know that when my stepfather was in, he was an ex-army as well, and when he went in, those were the days when the CO would take you behind the building and beat the crap out of you. If you were giving him trouble. But see, the thing is, my stepfather, he was no joke. So he was more than happy to go behind the barracks and fight somebody. He didn't care. But it was, like I said, it's a good experience. It teaches you a lot, and it teaches you lessons, and it prepares you. It prepares you for life. And with everything that I see that is going on, I've talked to a lot of veterans that are absolutely disgusted with the way things are going, from what they see, and they've had enough. They've had enough. Now, do I think that people are going to rise up and go crazy? I think it would take a lot. I think it would really take a lot. It would be something that if they pushed too hard, and I'm talking about the government, if the government pushed too hard, there's always a breaking point. Always a breaking point. But I will tell you this, and this is one of the things that I will tell you guys. All right, if you know a veteran, don't matter what branch, doesn't matter what branch, but if you know a veteran and something goes down in this country, surround yourself with those type of people. Get around them, because they're going to have their stuff squared away. They're going to be squared away and they're going to be ready to go. Um, all of them, probably not, but I'm thinking a good majority of veterans are definitely squared away, ready to go, going to do what they need to do. And so those are the people that you really want to surround yourself with when the time comes. So, but just, so what do we got? 460 in the chat, guys. We got 190 thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I want to ask you to please do that, to show support for the channel, and I do appreciate that. Also, Prepper Nurse One, my son is a vet, and he really knows his stuff. Yeah, because they train you. Um, you know, our job, we're trained to kill. That's what you're trained to do. I mean, there's no dancing around it. When you go through and they teach you how to shoot a rifle and play with C4 and do all those type of things, you know, you're trained to kill. That's what you're trained to do. If you get into a situation and if you go into a combat situation, they're hoping that you know how to handle yourself because you've had that training. So anyway, again, if you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. Also, it really does help with the algorithm, so the more interaction that we have, the better. So thank you very much for doing that as well. And of course, the third reason is I do like to see a lot of thumbs up. It's just a little game that I like to play. And so I like to see what the numbers are going to end up being by the end of the stream. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. So, but anyway, you know, there's a tremendous amount of veterans out there. So I would highly encourage you. Don't matter what age they are. I don't care if they're in their 70s, if they're in their 80s. Um, Ed, have you had many fist fights? I had plenty in my day. I will. Okay, I'll tell you a quick story, Mr. Rose, to kind of explain the situation a little bit. When I was growing up, I went to 13 schools growing up. 13 schools. You learn how to do one thing as a male when you go to 13 schools. You learn how to fight. Because when you're the new kid in the school, you always have to fight. You have to fight because they're not going to leave you alone until you do fight. So as soon as they realize that you're no punk and that they're not going to walk all over you, then they leave you alone. So, um, you know, that's how it goes. So growing up, I did a lot of fighting, and you know, that's it. It worked. People left me alone. So as I got older, I don't there in my entire life. I will tell you this: in my entire life, I started one fight. I started one fight, and that's the only fight I ever lost was the one I started. Um, that's it. And it's like I'm not the toughest guy in the world. I don't pretend to be the toughest guy in the world, but I'm not anybody's going to take anybody's crap. You're not going to treat me like a punk. You're not going to disrespect me. That's not going to happen. So same thing with my dad. My grandparents moved a lot. Yeah, and that's what my mom, she moved a lot, and so we were dragged along. And like I said, when you're new, um, you did what you had to do. Well, the only I'll tell you what. So Billy the Kid Norwood said I fought two. I won them all. The only reason I lost that one fight, I will tell you this: I had braces at the time, and I don't know if you know anything about braces, but when you get punched in the mouth and you have braces, you bleed like a stuck pig. Not a whole lot of fun. Not a whole lot of fun. So, but like I said, I haven't been in a fight in a long time, a long, long time. But I always tell people that if somebody needs an attitude readjustment, because that's what I always called them, was an attitude readjustment, I was more than happy to give them an attitude readjustment. Ed, my coworker has 19 chickens and they're averaging 6 dozen about every 3 to 4 days. Are you in the South, Robert? Where are you guys located? Because I'm that's because that actually is going to be a factor in how many eggs you're getting. So so Robert, if you would tell me what part of the country you're in, I would appreciate that because then I think I have an answer for you. Church of POS, employer announced all employees must get the jab or be terminated, even though 95% of the employees are remote workers. Employers are afraid of losing their federal credit. Unbelievable. Near Cincinnati. Okay, so you're up in Ohio. Yeah, you know what? I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. Um, I know, like I said, certain times of the year, my girls, like I said, I know some of my girls are older, so they're not laying. I got my younger hens now. Uh, like today, I'm not going to tell you the egg count yet because it's too early for the egg count, but I will. I will tell you this: rainy, cold, miserable day all day long today. That affects the egg count when they're molting, and is what they're doing right now. They're regrowing their feathers. So when they're regrowing their feathers, they don't lay like they normally do. So that affects it as well. So, molting chickens, you're not going to get the eggs that you think you are going to get normally. It's just part of what happens. You know, my EDC is my martial arts instructor. There you go. Yep, I hear you. I hear you. Learning as much skills that you can possibly learn is a good thing. I will always encourage you guys, if you can learn some hand-to-hand combat, I think that that is a really good thing to learn. Mixed martial arts, I think it's awesome. You know, but you just have to again with anything, guys. And I know I repeat myself when I say these type of things. You prepare for the worst and you hope for the best. So it is part of what happens. You never know what's going to happen. So you try to prepare the best that you possibly can for every contingency that is going to be out there. That's all we can do. But again, I want to encourage you guys, if you know a veteran, especially, I'll tell you right now, especially a combat veteran, because they've seen it. They know what needs to be done. They know how to handle their business. And I just lost half my birds to a respiratory infection. Wow, I am so sorry to hear that. Country Prepper 19 just said that. Oh, I don't know if you guys have heard this one. So Facebook is changing their name to Meta, right? I don't know if you guys saw that. So they're changing their name to Meta. Well, what does Meta mean in Hebrew? Can somebody tell me what that is? I'll tell you in a minute if you can't tell me. What does Meta mean in Hebrew? So that is what they're changing. Facebook is changing their name to Meta. Yeah, the dead. The dead. That's exactly right. Yep. How whacked is that? And you don't think that they knew that ahead of time? You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. But it means the dead. So, we've got Hell's Angels in my group. Nothing wrong with that. I'm going to tell you what. Hell's Angels, any of the guys in those type of clubs, they're good dudes. As long as you don't act like a jerk, they're not going to give you any problems. Please watch Pinball's video from yesterday. We all need to write senators and Congress to tell them no way on compensating those who came in illegally and were separated from their kids. No, they should not be. Absolutely not. I know that they're talking about that. Yeah, symbolism will be their downfall, Julie F just said. I hear you on that one. It's crazy. Oh yeah, bikers for the most part are awesome people. I mean, you're gonna always once again, and I know any group of people, I don't care what group of people it is, there's going to be mostly good people and some people that are jerk offs. It's always going to be that way. Um, you know, if you get involved with certain clubs, you realize that there are certain standards that you have to abide by. That's your choice if that's what you want to do. So yeah, that's what Mary Lab said. Most bikers are military or ex-military, are they not? A lot of them are. Yes, they are. They come out of the service, they still want that brotherhood, and that's why a lot of them ride. Yep, and they want that freedom, and they don't want nobody to screw with them. So yeah, no club for me either. Uh, Cherry, was it Cherokee Man? Yeah, Cherokee Man 71. I don't do clubs either. Hello, birthday girl.
Hello.
This, obviously, as you guys know, is Heather, and today is her and Eddie's birthday because they are twins. So,
We are 20 today.
20 years old, yes. Ed, do you have any suggestions for starting meetups in one's local area? We can talk about that in a moment, yes. But, so yes, my babies are no longer teenagers. So, they're 20-year-old. I'm going to tell you what, I look at it and I go, where did 20 years go? That's the one thing I want to know, because it seems like it was yet. Well, I'm going to tell you, as you guys know, my niece Jeannie, that you guys have seen on video, Jeannie's 38, and I look at her and I go, how's she 38? I remember the day she was born too. So here's my little Jeannie Bean. She's got three boys now. Her oldest son Jesse is 18. So it's kind of funny. So I'm a great uncle three times over already, and but I'm petting Caesar. He's right here too. Are you good boy, Caesar?
And for those who asked, I am the older twin by just a couple minutes.
Yeah, a couple minutes have this yield. So here's a funny thing with that too. So myself, I was born at 20 minutes after midnight. So I had an aunt that was her birthday was June 8th, and so I came 20 minutes after midnight. So she was all mad. Yeah, identical. That's actually funny, John. Very difficult for a boy and girl to be identical. So, and I'm sure that you're joking when you say that, but so anyway, I was, like I said, so I was born at 20 minutes after midnight. Eddie and Heather were born a quarter to midnight. So I guess that kind of makes us why we're night people anyway, too, because we when we got here we came at night. So 33 years ago I was almost an Eagle Scout. That's cool. That's actually really good training as well. No, I don't have no, I have a son and a daughter. Hey Timothy, 20 for 20 happy years, Heather. Don't steal it, Ed. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
don't steal it.
Thank you very much. I will make sure she gets it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for giving her that. That's very nice of you. Who's the crazy man
I
next to
ask
you?
myself that every day too.
So, but I think that's why we're night people, because we came into the world at night, because that is the right time. So if somebody was asking about Mom and Becky, Becky's always been a morning person, and I'm not sure what time she was born, but Becky has always been a morning. No, it's all right, John. No worries. Yeah, Eddie and Heather. So they're obviously fraternal twins, and so yeah, we weren't when we found out that we were having twins. I was like, oh my god! But twins run on my side of the family, and they also run on my ex's side of the family as well. So so Heather's got a pretty good shot, if she ever decides to have children, that there may be maybe twins in the picture.
No children for me.
No, you can't. Oh, you can't say never. When was you in Lost in the Woods? Yes. Okay, so Fort Lost in the Woods in the state of misery. That's what we used to always say. I went into the service right out of high school. I graduated in 1984. So right out of high school, right into the military. Oh, Lynn is asking, did you like your stuff?
I did like my stuff. Thank you. I appreciated that.
What are the veterans prepared to do? John, that's a good question. Veterans, I believe, and I can't speak for everybody, but I think a lot of veterans are ready to do whatever they need to do. They're definitely going to be ready to protect the people that they care about. We have a different mindset. You do have to realize that we have been programmed. That's how it works. It definitely changes you when you come out of basic training and you go home for that first time and you get that first leave. People will say to you, wow, you're like so different, you act different, you carry yourself different, because again, they break you down and they build you back up. They build you back up to the way they want you to be, and you are ready to
Well, thank you
basic training.
for.
AIT was great. Ha ha ha. At Lenonwood. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I went in a winter cycle. So it was freaking cold. I will tell you that it was cold that year. Um,
I was gonna say thank you for the birthday wishes, but I'm gonna
all
back
right.
out because this is
Well,
uncomfortable.
oh, okay. Well, thank you for stopping in and saying hello. Did you want to talk about your
Well, they were posting the link and stuff.
oh, JJ posted the link?
Yeah.
Okay. So Heather does jewelry, guys. If anybody is interested, ladies or gentlemen, if you're thinking ahead for Christmas gifts, Heather does make jewelry, and she has an Etsy account. And if JJ, if you would throw that up again one more time. Oh, Stella, I don't know where Stella is. All right, she's gonna go grab her right now. But yeah, so but anyway, yeah, so one more year and then Heather will, and Heather's not a drinker. So yeah, JJ just threw up Heather's you know, her Etsy link. So if anybody would like to go check out her stuff, she's always posting new things all the time. So definitely do that. All right, she's bringing in Miss Stella. We'll bring her in close so you guys can see. There she
She was
is.
asleep, so she's probably a
Ah,
little confused.
little sleepy girl. Yeah, yeah. She's out of it. Good girl. She's a great cat. Great personality. Very chill.
She's my baby.
Yeah. Yep. All right. You want to take her?
Sure, I suppose.
Uh,
I'm sorry, baby. You were requested.
yeah. So anyway, guys, with everything like I said that is going on, a lot of veterans are sitting back. They're watching. They're waiting to see what's going to happen. Uh, when, and I'm a big believer in when. Um, Ed, were you able to get Heather's car running? No, not yet. Not yet. There are a few issues with that, and so that's got to get taken care of first. But we will definitely be working on that for her because she does want to get going with and drive. I kept him. Here's the thing. I'll tell you this. When I was in basic training, so here's another one too. It's like I wanted to shave my head then, and they were like, you couldn't. I mean, everybody had a buzz cut, and they shave off all your facial hair, and so everybody looks the same. And we would get, because I wore glasses, we got the black plastic frame glasses that you had to wear. We used to call them birth control glasses, because when somebody saw you completely clean shaven with a bald head and those glasses on, it was a perfect form of birth control. So, um, yes, I did do a trim of my mustache and my goatee. I actually just did that yesterday. Just did that yesterday because it needed it. So, um, but anyway, you know, I wanted to shave my head when I was in basic, and they wouldn't let us. They wouldn't let us. You know, Billy the Kid Norwood. I remember that, and I had the glasses too. Oh yeah, they were horrid, horrid. So, but so when I got out of the service, then I grew my hair back out. When I grew it long again and stuff like that, and then I got. And so here's the way that this went down. So basically, about 6 weeks before I met the kid's mother, it was early December. I got in a mood one day and I shaved my head. And I actually still have that first picture of when I shaved my head. A friend of mine took a picture of me with my head shaved. I don't know, I'll have to pull that. Pull that out sometime. I don't look much different, other than there's a lot more white in here. But so I had shaved my head. Then I think I might have just had my mustache back then. But so us girls had the birth control glasses too. Okay, Raptor Ranch said that. All right. Well, I didn't know. Like I said, I never, we didn't see girls. Not till we got into AIT, and then once you were in AIT, you could wear your regular glasses again. So, but Marine Infantry Vet watching from Minnesota. Hello, everyone. Hey, Nick, welcome here. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Thank you for your service as well. Uh, so, but anyway, so then I met, and then I started growing my hair back, and then I met the kid's mom, and then I just kind of went shorter. And then for the last it's over 20 years now, I've been shaving my head. Because I started thinning out through here, started thinning out this way, and I always said, you know, uh, back in basic, you were green bean. Oh yeah, we had the camo, the green camo. That's the for our, and then we had, well, for our dress, we had the dress greens. So yes, we had the dress greens, but I guess now they all wear berets. We didn't have berets. We had our cover, so no berets back then. And then when you were in your dress, you had this like the slice type of hat that you wore. So the woodlands, yes, yep, that's what we had. We had the woodlands. I know they've changed them like so many times since then. The desert camo was pretty cool. I like that, but we never had that when I was in. We had the black boots. We didn't have the tan boots. So you know, but I want people to remember, though, seriously, when the time comes, something does happen. If you can surround yourself with some veterans, it is. Ex-Navy decided better to dodge 10 large bullets than 10,000 small ones. Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you what, my real dad was Coast Guard. And I was like, I'll never join the Navy. And people were like, well, why wouldn't you join the Navy? And I said, because with my luck, I would be out in the middle of the ocean. I said that ship would sink and I would survive, but then I would be eaten by freaking sharks. And I was like, there was no way. Nope, not my thing. Wasn't gonna do it. Just no. So, but like I said, all as a kid, I always played with my GI Joes, and I always wanted to be a soldier. So, that's why I went in the army. And so it was, but it, again, like I said, it's a brother and sisterhood. It really, really, truly is. Uh, Remember, all services march on the same commands. Exactly. John Arthur Lawrence just said that. He's 100% correct. We do what we have to, and yes.
You got Swiss cheese instead of the normal sharp cheddar for the cuts.
Did I? No.
I just took a bite and went,
Oh, I like Swiss cheese. Well, we have the other two blocks.
yeah.
We have the extra sharp. What is she doing? She's a nut. So, sorry. I'll eat them.
Okay.
I like Swiss. I picked up some cheese today, so I guess I got the wrong one.
Look at her. You gotta show that, Dad.
I'll show her.
The little bed that she's made.
Well, she's in the sweatshirt. She is being a nut job. She's a strange cat. She's a good cat, but she's a strange cat. So, do you think they will broadcast the EBS when SHTF? It's hard to say. Um, yeah, my oath said lawful orders. Exactly. Exactly. And the thing is, like I said, the biggest thing with all threats, foreign and domestic. So if that time comes that action needs to be taken. See, this is why I want people to realize something. The whole January 6th thing, for them to try to call that a riot with what happened, that's a joke. It was a small group of people that made a stupid decision that they were let into the buildings to do what they did. Now, they were not destructive in the aspect that you would think of a mob of people, let's say, in Minnesota, or out west, right, where they were burning and looting and stealing everything that wasn't nailed down, setting everything on fire. Nobody tried to set the Congress on fire or anything like that. That was never tried to be done. There was enough people there. If they wanted to take that over and hold it, they could have, but that was not the case either. So I want people to realize that if there was ever a decision made by veterans to do something, it would get done. There wouldn't be any stopping veterans. There really wouldn't be. So, you know, they were encouraged to enter. Yeah, Okie Forge just said let in. They were encouraged to enter, right? Because they were being set up. That whole thing to me was a setup, 100%. But it was okay that BLM and Antifa went nuts and just did what they did, and that was perfectly fine. But those people aren't going to jail. But the people that did what they did, and like I said, I will never justify. I'm not justifying, but you can't call that a takeover. What happened down in Washington D.C. because it wasn't. Because if they had really truly wanted to take it over, it would have been a lot different. So yes, veterans are all in, brother. Yeah, exactly. So if it ever comes to that point, believe me, they don't they don't want veterans to be organized to do what they need to do because again, we are trained. We know what to do. And so those are things that people really need to think about. If they push too hard, and they know how far to push, they know how far to push, and if they can get the sheep to do whatever they want to do, but I think veterans come from a different mindset. I really do. Just because of the way we're trained. Don't get me wrong, we were trained to follow orders, to do what we were told, and those type of things. But we were also trained to do critical thinking because you need to be able to think outside the box. If your commanding officer, your second Louis, or whoever it is that's in charge gets killed, your sergeant gets killed, they need people to be able to step up and take over. And you watch any kind of situation combat throughout the course of history, when people went down, other people stood up and led. That's what they do. Leaders lead. That's just always how it goes. Okay, always. So that's what I'm saying. As far as that goes. Like I said, I am not an advocator of overthrowing the government. I don't advocate that at all. Um, I just believe that when the time comes and something major does happen, the more people that you can surround yourself with that are ex military, your chances for long term survival are going to be that much greater. That's what I'm saying. So, what do we got here? Morningstar Story said, I'm Iroquois descendant. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that. Yes, yeah. Somebody just said if Trump was in office, it'd be $1 a gallon now. I think I told you guys recently they just raised the prices of gas here again. We are now paying 3.55 a gallon, so we are up to 3.55. Oh, about the meetups in your area. If you can find the only way that you're going to really draw a crowd, obviously morning light. And I'm not trying to say this facetiously in any way or shape or form. If you have somebody in your area that is a YouTuber that is about prepping and off grid and all those type of stuff, if they can do a get together, people are going to show up. Pinballs. People showed up for pinballs get together. People showed up for my get together, and they came from all over, which is really really cool. But again, it's that whole like mindedness that is very very cool, very very cool. Crude oil is trading at 83.22 a barrel. Yeah, and again, that's all manipulated. I'm telling you right now. 3.55 a gallon is cheap, up to almost $4 in northern Utah. Wow, I know California's paying ridiculous. They're closer to 5. I know that. It's absolutely nuts. So yeah, the gas prices won't be an issue if the CME hits hard enough. That's for sure. That is absolutely for sure. We got $4 in Western Washington. Yeah, I know the West Coast, for whatever reason, you guys get hit much, much harder. So yeah, it's crazy. The gas prices are definitely 100% out of control. 345 in central Montana. Down in Florida, saying 329 down there. 330 in mid Michigan. So 355, same as Pennsylvania. Okay. 329 in Ohio. Mesa, Arizona, 359. So yeah, it's just like I said, the gas prices are absolutely out of control. We didn't do egg counts. Let's go ahead. Let's do that really really quick, and let's do the egg count quickly. We'll get that over with. So what do you guys think? And again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet at this point, I'm going to ask you to do that really quickly to show support for the channel, and thank you ahead of time for doing so. Also, it really does help with the algorithms. So the more interaction we have, the better it is for the channel as well. Also, again, of course, the third reason is I do like to see a lot of thumbs up because that's part of the game. So thank you for that reason as well. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So what do we got here? All right. If you had the same exact guess, a lot of you are right today, just so you know. But if you had the same exact guess as Chit Chat with 3 eggs, that's where we were at today. Like I said, cold, miserable weather. So 2 days ago when I did my live stream, we had one. Yesterday we ended up with 5 yesterday, and today we had 3. But it's the weather. It is the fact that the girls are molting, and like I said, part of my girls are old. They're done. So what are you going to do? You know, if they're not going to lay, they're not going to lay. So Gary Cruz didn't know the president set the gas prices. The president can influence the gas prices in a way by policies that are put out by the president. When we had a pipeline going in from Canada into the United States to bring crude oil in to be refined here, right? That was much better. But when a certain president got put into office and he stopped the production of that pipeline, that definitely affected the production of oil, being able to refine that oil. So, yes, a president, based on the policies that they implement, can affect the price of oils for sure. So, for the person that said that, they don't set the price, but they sure can influence it. So, just so you know. So, but yeah, when you stop, well, we were oil independent when Trump was in office, just so you know. Biden has, you know, and he's going to try to put in all these policies because oh my God, we have to go green and all this other stuff, and we'll see how that all works out. But yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so real quick, guys, I do want to talk about my website, preppernurse1.com. A lot of new people have been coming into the channel, being sent over by Alaskan Prepper, which I thank very much. Obviously, you guys know I give Alaskan Prepper a shout out whenever I do one of my live streams, and I will be doing that in about 5 minutes again anyway. But so he was sending people over because they were talking about where they could meet like-minded people. On my website, preppernurse1.com, we have the Prepper Nurse One community. It is free for you guys to join. Hey, we the people, we live in some interesting times. Food shortages coming soon. Get ready, folks. Yes, I agree with that statement 100%. And thank you very much for the donation, and thank you for the statement. I appreciate that. Um, on my website, preppernurse1.com, we have the Prepper Nurse One community. It's free to join. You do have to register, but no credit card information is asked. So it's not going to cost you anything to get in there. Once you're in, you can go in, you can read the message boards. If you're looking to try to find somebody like-minded in your state or in your country, you can do that there. That's what we set it up for. That's why we have it, so you guys can connect with people in your state and do that. So, so the people that have been asking, that's how you do it. Very, very simple. Also, on my website, we have the Forefathers, which is the CBD and hemp store. So, again, if you go to Prepper Nurse One, register. Yes, you have to register because it is private, Stephen. Nobody can just come in and jump on there and see exactly what's going on. It is a private group of people. So, that's why you have to register. So, like, it's asking, going to ask for your email, a password, and those type of things. That's how you do it. Okay. But anyway, the Forefathers, if you go to my website, you will see their logo. So you go to preppernurse1.com, you will see the Forefathers logo. If you click on that, it will take you to their website. They have the CBD and hemp products. Uh, when you decide to, if you decide when you're there, you want to make a CBD or hemp purchase, when you check out, make sure you use the discount code Prepper Nurse One. You will save yourself 15% on your purchase. All right. It's a savings that's not going to change. I have it set up with them, and that's what Wrangle Star lost his father a few days ago. Frederick Nolan said, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I am sorry to hear that. That's no fun at all." You are right about supporting each other and be aware of military age people coming into the country illegally in all states, sleeper cells. Yeah, that's interesting as well, Mary Lab. We can get into that in a little bit. Thank you very much for the donation, and thank you very much for the statement as well. Yeah, that's an interesting thing. We'll discuss that in a little bit here. But so anyway, so again, you can save yourself 15% by doing that. Okay, so use the discount code Prepper Nurse One if you are on their website. The last thing I want to remind you of is on my website, preppernurse1.com, we have the legacy freeze dried food. So if you go to the website, preppernurse1.com, you click on store, it will drop down, it'll say legacy foods. If you click on that, it will take you to the store within the website. Just so those of you that are looking for the gluten free options, they are now back in stock. They had been out of stock for a while, and so now they have them back in stock. So definitely take advantage of that. Some of you had made orders and were waiting on some gluten-free choices. I'm going to be able to get them in now, so that's a good thing as well. So I will definitely be taking care of that for those people that were waiting to get those. Um, Also, I have to go through my stuff, but I there's a few orders that are waiting for supplies to come back in. But what they have there is available on my website. Okay, so definitely take advantage of that. 25-year shelf life, GMO fruit, GMO free, made in the United States. Gluten options available for people that need them. It is vegetarian, but beef and chicken options can be purchased separately, which right now are out of stock. So, but they'll be back in stock hopefully mid-December or November. I'm sorry, mid-November. So yeah, it's something. And so the lag times now, order goes in, it's 15 to 20 business days in a lot of cases before it ships out. So just making you aware of that as well. All right. What else is I going to tell you guys? So that's it with the legacy freeze dried food. It's a good thing to have. You should be diversified in your preps. If you like another freeze dried food company and you want to use them, knock yourself out. I'm okay with that. As long as you are being proactive to help yourself, that's what I want you guys to do. But you should be diversified in your preps, and I think that that's important. So you should have freeze dried food. You should have your beans and your rice. You definitely need to have your canned goods. Your dehydrated foods is also a good thing. Well, that's the I'm talking like dehydrated apples and different things like that. You can get those type of things as well. So there's a lot of different choices. So can I use pink Himalayan salt? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I have some pink Himalayan salt stocked up as well. I would absolutely recommend to you guys iodized salt. Why iodized salt, right? Um, if you don't have iodine in your diet, which they put in salt for this reason, because there's really no other way to get iodine in your diet, so that's why they put it in salt. Goiters, you will get goiters if you don't have iodine, and then you can have some problems. I probably have, if I had to guess, I got a couple 100 pounds of salt, iodized salt alone, stashed away. Yep. So that's one of the things that, you know, But there's a lot of, there's options, but that is one thing you definitely should have is iodized salt. So just putting it out there. Like I said, I think it's an important thing. You have to think again. You always have to think outside the box. We take that for granted now. What I use iodized salt only, very little iodized salt. Oh, sea salt. Okay, you only use sea salt. I got you. Sea salt's okay as well, but again, you have to have that iodine in your diet. Lynn Ray, please shoot me an email if Heather wants more jewelry making stuff. My son has promised all of my stuff will go to Goodwill when I die. Wow. Well, that's very nice of your son. If you would like Lynn Ray, if you would like to send Heather some more stuff, I know she would appreciate it. So, whatever you would like to do, you know, feel free to send it to her. She will absolutely appreciate it. Other people have sent her stuff as well, and it's very, very awesome that people have done that, and it really helps with what she's doing. So, what is Heather's website for the jewelry? Mary Lapp is asking. JJ, if you would throw um, Heather's link up again. So JJ is going to throw the link up again for Heather for you guys for her website on Etsy. And thank you, JJ, for getting on top of that. I do appreciate it. So anyway, what I want to do now, really quick, because of course now we're already an hour into the chat, and at an hour in, we like to do our shout outs. All right. Obviously, I'm going to go with Alaskan Prepper to start off with. There's the link for you. JJ just put that up for Heather. But oh, Pervy one, Ed, it's been fun. Talk to you Sunday, I hope. All right, cool. Well, look forward to seeing you then. Have a good night. So, anyway, he's a great dude up there. Alaskan Prepper is a lot of fun, good information. So, definitely somebody I recommend that you guys go ahead and join if you have not done so already. And he's like I said, very squared away dude, very knowledgeable. Love his channel. I've jumped into a chat or two that he's had, and I like the guy. So if I didn't like I said, if I didn't like him, I'm not recommending him. That's how I go. Okay, so if there's somebody that I'm not recommending that you may like, it's not actually it's not done intentionally. I try to bring everybody in when I talk about stuff. Doug and Stacy, great channel, a lot of good information. Pinball preparedness, good dude. Obviously, you guys know I met him. I put my picture with me and him up on Instagram and Twitter. Also, we have the Angry Prepper down in New York City. Absolutely outstanding human being. Says it like it is. A little rough with the language, but he is very, very squared away. Think he's an awesome dude. Marfugal News out on the West Coast. A lot of good information with Adam and Dax. So definitely, definitely let's support them as well. Southern Prepper One. Let's see. We have my boy Icky Can up in Canada. Love him. I think he's awesome. Canadian Prepper is a good channel as well. Also, Bush Radical and Lost Girl in the Woods. Two great channels, husband and wife. They have two different channels. Really cool to watch what they do. Very, very knowledgeable people, especially when it comes to being in the bush, remote building, and those type of stuff. Okay. Zoltan says, Ed, your garden was great this year. Thank you. I appreciate that. A lot of hard work goes into that, believe it or not. Preparing the soil, getting things ready. And then Becky did a lot of TLC in the garden this year, a lot of TLC. So, Prepper Nation is another channel. We have Alaskan Granny is another good channel. You also have Green Greg's is another good channel. Deep South Homestead, yes, they're also a good channel. What was the other one? I'm thinking Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch project. Full Spectrum Survival, yes, he has a lot of great information as well. And so you have Suspicious Observers, another channel that comes to mind. We cannot forget Bushcraft Bear over in the Canary Islands in La Palma. He is very, very cool. I like the guy. I just think he's awesome. But he's giving some good information of what's going on with the volcano happening over there. You have Corporal's Corner. You have Bjorn Hansen. So if you're looking to look at different ways of being able to survive. Some of these channels, that's what they do. Like Corporal's Corner, he's going to go out in the woods. He's going to show you how to do survival stuff, and I think that that's very, very cool. But there's a lot of great channels out there, guys. And if I missed one of them, I apologize. But we have North Shore Preparedness, 80K Man as well. Another couple of good channels. God, I'm just there's so many out there that have a lot of good information. And like I said, I'm a big believer, and we should be supporting each other. And I think that that's important. And so let's continue to do so. And Wrangle Star, somebody just said, that he had lost his father a couple days ago. So my condolences to him. Did I not say Sean James? Sean James with My Self Reliance, two different channels, same guy. Great information again, a lot of building that he does, and he shows you what he's doing. And he's up there with his dog all the time doing that. And so really cool stuff. So definitely Gray Man Prepping is another channel. I've been on his show, really good. We have Magic Prepper out in North Dakota. So Icky hasn't posted. The Needy Homestead, yes, the Needy Homesteader is back up and running. Independent Marine said, yes, good channel over there as well. Um, I'm sure most of you know about the tragedy of their situation. Horrible thing that they went through. But she is just such a sweet lady, great kids. And so let's definitely support them as well, and keep their channel growing as well. So, again, just tell them Prepper Nurse 1 sent you over. And Steve Wallace, oh my God, yes. Camping with Steve, hilarious guy. He just did one where somebody hit body bag bug out. So stealth body bag stealth camping is what he just did. Hilarious. So very funny. So, but there's a lot of great channels out there. We should be supporting each other. And like I said, please go to these different channels. Tell them Prepper Nurse 1 sent you over. And like I said, let's all support each other. And I think that's important. All right. So anyway, let us continue on. I'm always going to encourage you guys to continue to prep. I'm going to always encourage you not to be victims. And I think that that's really important. I may be redundant when I say that, but if you hear it enough times, hopefully you're going to take action with that. When the time comes, you are going to have what you have. So failing to prepare is preparing to fail. If you are preparing and you're getting ready and you're doing multiples, because one is none and two is one. So if you have one generator, you essentially have zero generators, because once that generator goes kaput, unless you know how to do small engine repair and fix that generator, or somebody in your group does. Asif's in the house. Yeah, he was out with his family for dinner. So we get to give him a pass on that. It's, family time. Always a good thing to spend time with your family. So glad you're back in here at the end of the stream, Asif. Glad to see you. I hope you had a great dinner. Uh, Prepper Princess. Yes, I did not mention her earlier, and I do apologize. She's another good channel. Like I said, there's so many out there, guys. Let's all support each other, and I think that's important. But continue to prepare. Get your multiples. If you have two generators, one breaks down, now you have one. But at least you have that backup to your backup. So I think that that is important to have. All right. Stay focused. Don't pay attention to a lot of the distractions. There's a lot of things we cannot control. And we just did a stream on that about controlling what you can. What? Come here. Come here. Come on. Well, come on over and say hi. Hella. Come here. Come on. Oh, the other dog's in the way. Come here, baby. Come over and say hi. Yeah, get up here. Come on. Come on. Well, come on, baby. Yes. There she is. My little petite flower. Oh, no, not that way. What are you doing, you goof? She's a big goof. She's a big baby. So, this dog is awesome. She is awesome. I wish she would sleep in the morning, but that's not going to happen. So, yeah, dog quake, exactly. So, but anyway, guys, continue to get ready. We never know what's going to happen. And when it does happen, we're all of us, I don't care how prepped you are, we're never going to be 100% ready. But any advantage that you can give yourself with being ready is going to give you an advantage over the rest of the people that have done nothing. So even if you only have 2 weeks worth of food and water, that gives you an advantage over 95% of the people in this country. 95%. I think it's actually down now to 93% because I think the percentage of people getting more prepared is increasing, which is a good thing. Which is a good thing. She's not a little flower anymore, Ed. Yeah, she's always going to be my petite flower. So major solar storm beginning Saturday in the AM. Asif is saying, yeah, I saw that on Diamond's channel as well. He was talking about that as well, um, with the Oppenheimer Ranch project. I saw that as well. So, but definitely things to pay attention to because again, that's something that is completely out of everybody's hands, and so depending on how bad it would be, you know, that's how we have to be ready. So people will ask me, okay, because I have my solar system, I have my own solar system. If that was affected, am I ready for that? And the answer to that is yes, because I have kerosene lanterns, I have candles, I have alternate ways to have light if we need to have light. And you do that for a reason because there is no guarantee. There's no guarantee of anything. So being prepared and being ready for whatever could possibly happen, it's really, really important to do so. You try to plan for every contingency that you can. That's the only thing that we can do. Um, that's like I said, the unknown is the unknown. And when that shoe drops, I think all of us, I don't think a CME would touch your solar. I hope not. It, it would really, well, a lot of it would depend on where it hit and those type of things, I think. So, just like an EMP, it would be dependent on where it was dropped and they were, trying to get. So, but yeah, it's that's. But again, I want to encourage you all to be as ready as you can be. Have ways to protect yourself. Have ways to be able to bar your doors so that people can't kick your door in. A locked door only keeps an honest man out. Okay, that's it. It doesn't keep a criminal out. I do not have an EMP shield. No, no, Major Ken, I do not have one of those. So, but anyway, let's do this because again, the time is running away from us. So we are going to do We Are Legion, not the bad biblical legion. Just so you know, when I say we are Legion, we are a good Legion. We Asif, it was 3 eggs today. Good Legion, like the American Legion, like the Roman Legion. All right, we're a huge network. We're a huge family of people. Where is everybody from tonight? And Philip is right on the money. Look at Philip go. Philip over in Melbourne, Australia. He wants to always be first. Franklin County, Ohio. We have Missouri. Bumstead, Florida. Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Central Florida. Central Missouri. New Mexico. Ulster Park, New York. Sanford, Florida. North Highlands of California. Nowhere, Oklahoma. Still my favorite name. We have Wisconsin, BC, Canada, Leesburg, Florida, Maine, Mexico, East Tennessee, Northeast Texas, Delaware, Campbell, Missouri, Mesa, Arizona, North Dakota, Orlando, Florida, Wisconsin, Kansas, Brookings, southern coast of Oregon, Canton, Ohio, Michigan, North Carolina, Kansas, Central Texas, Wisconsin, Granbury, Texas. Let's see. North Carolina again, Virginia, Little Elm, Texas, West West Gulf Coast of Florida, Germantown, Maryland, Fort Worth, Texas, Hoking County, Ohio, Gatlin, Pennsylvania, Western New York. We have Kansas, Northern Georgia, Weatherford, Texas. We have Bad River. We have South Carolina, Gaffney, South Carolina, Traverse, Florida, Southern California, Inverness, Florida. Clyde, how you doing tonight, brother? Nice to see you here. We have Minnesota, Northern New York, Washington State. So again, guys, just even look at all these different places that I've just mentioned. We are all over the place. We're all over the country. We're all over the world. We are a huge family. We are a huge network of people. And I think it's important, again, that, you know, Ed, you can't pronounce Hiwassee, Virginia. Hiwassee? Is that how you say it? Okay, if I said it wrong, I apologize. So anyway, guys, so we're all over the place. We're a huge family. We're a huge network of people. We are the ones that have been awoken, not woke. Remember that, it's very important. We're not woke. We have been awoken. We are the ones that are going to make a difference when the time comes, because we are ready. We are prepared, and I think that if we can try to help people, I think we should. Again, you're going to have to make that call. You should definitely never take food out of the mouth of people that you care about and that you love. But if you can help, I think it's important to do so if you can. So, a barn in central Iowa. I like that, Ace. That's very cool. Nothing wrong with that. Barns can be very, very cool. I've seen people turn barns into some freaking awesome homes. So, anyway, guys, like I said, we're the ones that can make a difference. I think we have been awakened for a reason, and I really do. Every one of us has had that light bulb moment where we went, "Oh my God, what are we going to do now?" And we need to do that. We need to be ready. So, but insulate your house by lining it with full canning jars. Yeah, that'll make a difference. That'll absolutely make a difference. So, I've been here for 2 years now, trying to work out how to move to East Tennessee. Too old for this heat anymore. LOL. I gotcha. Oh, move. Yeah, you want to move to East Tennessee. I don't know where are you at now, Julie? You farther south? Oh, the sleeper cells. Yes. Okay, let me address the sleeper cells really quickly. Thank you for reminding me. Um, I appreciate that. Yeah, I truly believe. I truly believe, and it's like I said, this is my opinion. There have been a lot of military aged people crossing the borders without any kids, without any wives, that I truly believe are sleeper cells. We definitely have sleeper cells here. So, who do they represent, right? Uh, could be Chinese sleeper cells. It could be Iranian type of sleeper cells. It could be, any group of people around the world that hate America that want to bring us down. And on whatever the signal would be, or whatever they got their notification, I mean, realistic. I want you to think about this, and this is how simple it could be. So I'm not giving people information that they don't already know. So, but don't, I've had people say, "Oh, well, now you're telling them what to do." They already have all these ideas, guys. I was down. I'll give you an example today. I was down in Geneseo, which is a town. It's a good sized town. Everything is right there. As I was taking the one back road, I went by the substation for the power company. All it has around it is a wire, well, yeah, wire fence all the way around. I think it might have some barbed wire on top. But if I was a bad actor and I was looking to disrupt stuff and I was a sleeper cell on the appropriate signal, me and maybe another couple other guys would go to said substation and fire it up. Small arms fire will destroy all that stuff. And then guess what happens? That entire area, the grid goes down. You do that in certified certain locations. Now, I'm going to tell you what, I've seen substations in the middle of nowhere, no houses around them, nothing around there. Easy, soft targets, but could disrupt a lot of things. Okay. Our power grid in the United States is our Achilles heel. It's our Achilles heel because we are way too dependent on the grid. So take it out. You shoot it up, you shoot the transformers that can't be replaced anytime soon. Or if you got the great big ones that they have, if you take out some of those, They take years, if you 6 months to a year to order them, which of course they're not even made in the United States anymore. So those are yeah, they've already been here and they've been here for years. You're exactly right, Becky Reed. You're exactly right. So these people that want to have bad intentions, they're here. They're already here. You don't know who they are. They could be your neighbors. And you could think, hey, they're pretty cool people. They mind their own business. They keep to themselves because they're keeping a low profile. And when the time comes, during the Cold War, we had sleeper cells from Russia in here, guys, that were trained to do different things. That's what they do. Okay. So, anyway, so that's why, you know, big transformers are made in China software too. Independent Marine 3522 just said. I also think they're made someplace else as well. I don't think it's just strictly China, but it takes a long time to get one. So if the grid goes down or is attacked and goes down, we're going to be in a lot of trouble in a hurry in this country. So on that pleasant note, I'm going to say I want to thank my moderators for doing an absolutely awesome job, as always, keeping the chat clean. You guys are the best, and I appreciate you very much. Also, remember, I want to thank all of you guys for being here, supporting the channel and being here for the chats. It's a lot of fun. Oh, yeah, Russian sleeper cells are still here, too. Of course they are. Uh, all, anybody that is a potential enemy, they have infiltrators here. They have sleeper cells here. Absolutely, yes, they do. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So, uh, you know. So, anyway, remember, guys, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that out and take care of that kind of business, we're going to be in such better shape. The things that we could accomplish if we work together would be amazing. Unfortunately, Achilles' heels for female preppers will be trying to turn away unprepared who are in need. It's going to be tough. Hard things are going to be out there. Hard decisions are going to be made at that time. None of it's going to be easy. None of it's going to be easy. So anyway, guys, also remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that can stop you from reaching your goals or your dreams is you. That's it. Nobody else can stop you. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. Um, don't let anybody tell you what you can't accomplish. I've had that happen my whole life. People telling me what I couldn't do. And the answer was always the same. Watch me. And guess what? I've achieved a lot of my goals that I've wanted to achieve. And, because you have to have that mindset that nobody's going to stop you from achieving those goals. And it doesn't have to be about prepping. It doesn't have to be about living off grid. It could be as simple as making the decision, if you were brought up in a broken home, to be there for your children no matter what. It's as simple as something like that. Um, you know, my father wasn't there for me. My real dad wasn't there for me. I made the conscious decision at a very young age, when I have my children, I'm going to be the kind of dad that I didn't have. Okay. I'm not perfect. Don't ever even claim to be perfect. I did the best that I could. My marriage didn't, it was 10 years, but it didn't last. Things happen. But you know what? Your children are always your children, and you're always going to love them and be there for them. That's all we can do. Okay. So that's just one example. So anyway, guys, I will see you all later because I will continue to talk forever and a day otherwise. Have a great night. I will see you all tomorrow. Prepper Nurse One, out for now.